Hi, friends. It's Cheryl from Tutoring with Cheryl. And I was going to say the tech coach for tutors at the tech hub for tutors, but guess what? I'm retiring from that. I have loved it. It's been absolutely amazing. It's been so much fun to support tutors on their mission to learn how to tutor online. I've really helped a large number of people. And in the process, I have done newsletters and I've done Facebook groups and I've done Facebook pages and I've done memberships. And now I'm just going to say that that chapter is going to be over. And there's some reasons for that. Number one is I've spent a lot of time and energy on it. And as I was reflecting about where I've come over the last 3 years, I thought, here I've been out of the classroom for 3 years and I don't have a single brand new hobby. I do well. I unless you, I mean, I guess my podcast would be my hobby, but I don't have any hobbies. And my other thing was that I just every time I have downtime, I'm constantly thinking about how am I going to support these tutors instead of really growing my business. And my business is actually doing quite well, and I want it to continue to do well. But I don't want to spend every waking moment of my day thinking, how am I going to support these tutors? What content do I need to make it fun, exciting, and engaging for them? And then work really hard to get people to come to events. People sign up and they don't show up, and it gets really frustrating. I was like on this frustration cycle. And while it's just been an incredible journey and a lot of fun to do, I also found it very frustrating. And so I closed down my Facebook page today. I had Tech Tutor Innovate. I turned that to private after deleting a ton of content off of there. And then I turned the Tech Cover Tutors Facebook page dark. It is now it's just put to bed right now. Maybe it'll come back. Maybe I'll get some inspiration this winter and go, oh, I really wish I had that. But I don't think I will. I think it was part of that growing process. Like, how can I continue to grow my business? How can I, if I don't currently have students, how can I continue to kind of say I'm working on something? And I think really in retrospect, I'm to the point now where I've helped a lot of people get their businesses off the ground. And now I'm really just going to focus on my business and finding some hobbies. And so I was actually just online looking at like, what are some hobbies that I could be doing? And there were some good ones out there. I've tried a lot of them. So I'm really going to have to kind of just sit back and think about it. But I've put a lot of my marketing kind of on autopilot because I have a radio advertisement going right now. And I always have my sign on my car. And sometimes I'll put signs out, on county roads and whatnot. But I've got a good number of kids right now that keeps me busy enough, but yet I have the flexibility to say, tonight I can't tutor. I've got family in town. I'm coming up, I've got a week where I'm going to take another week off because my grandchildren are going to be here. And if they lived closer, I know I would get to spend more time with them. So when they come, I really don't want to stop the fun because I don't get to see them that often. So I'm really looking forward to that. And that chapter in my life. And this year I'm going to be 58 years old, and shockingly enough, I'm like, oh my gosh, how did that happen? And I'm just kind of reflecting on how do you really want to spend your time? Health is something that I want to stay healthy. I want to not feel like I'm rushing through things all the time. Cortisol raises, and then that does bad things to your body. And I want to focus on good health, good eating, exercise, things like that. And so I think this will just kind of free me up to do those things. I have a lovely fly in here. It's fall, and the flies are just like every time you open the door, whoo, there they are. Yeah, he's going to fly around my head now just to make it exciting for you. So what is going on in my business? I have a great radio ad. I personally have not heard it other than on a recording, and we can pull that up and listen to it. So let me pull it up on my phone here. I saved it to my gallery. So let's see if I can find that. Oh, maybe I didn't save it. Let's go over here and see if I can find it. Gosh, I thought I saved it. That's so funny how you're like, yeah, I have that here. Yeah, that's here. And I bet I didn't save it. Oh, darn it. Well, anyway, it turned out really good after a lot of several mishaps. I was really actually quite disappointed. Um, a few just trying to get it narrowed down, and I can't find it. Trying to get it narrowed down so that it was actually playing. I hadn't heard it. They'd said my name wrong. I was upset. I contacted um, the guy that was supposed to help me. He ghosted me. Then I went ahead and I contacted his boss, and then I finally got action. And I don't like to do that. That's not me. I don't like confrontation. I don't like any of that. But I thought, you know what? I'm paying $99 a month for this advertising. It's really got to work for me. So I'm going to spend some time with my advertising dollars there. I'm going to give it 6 months. And if at the end of 6 months I don't feel like it's really doing anything, I will pull the ad. I have had some luck with boosting some posts and boosting and just going into the ad center and running a couple ads. But to be quite honest, it didn't really matter the format that I set it up on. I got the same results. And so I think the boosting is probably best for me. And so, yeah. If I decide that I want to spend any more advertising dollars, that's what I would probably do. But right now, I feel like my advertising dollars for the year are spent. I have probably spent, and I haven't done the end of the year tally yet. Um, I am just going to say probably $1,500 on advertising my small business, which is quite a bit considering the number of students that I have. But again, I want you to remember, see that little picture up there? That's our farm. We are very rural, and so for me to stay front of mind with people, I have to stay active on social media, and I have to make sure that I'm sharing messages. So this week I will be putting out and I don't know if I took any notes on it. I was doing a little research on um, how was I going to share the message of a struggling reader, and so that will be out on social media. And I'm going to try to do. Let's see, today's Monday, so I probably won't get 5 posts out, but I'm going to try to do 4 posts this week, and maybe do 4 this week, maybe 4 next week. So that's like all centered around how do you identify if your child is struggling, and so looking at if it's phonics, um, fluency, reading comprehension, vocabulary, or writing, and spelling, what are some of those identifying things that you could go, oh, that could be a red flag, because I think there's parents that maybe wonder if their child is struggling, and so I'm just going to tell you what the red flags are. Maybe give you a few suggestions on what you can try at home. But again, remember that if at any point you are unsure of what the next step is, contact a reading tutor or your child's teacher and ask some questions. And, your teachers will go to bat for you. They're going to do their best to try to come up with the answers to your questions. But sometimes it's just really hard when they're in the classroom and you're trying to get results quickly. And sometimes it just feels like you're treading water. So if you want to speed it up, get somebody outside of the classroom, and it will speed it up for you for sure. And then this last week, I onboarded a couple of new students here at Tutoring with Cheryl. So I have a 5th grader that is working with me and a 1st grader that's working with me. So I'm super excited to welcome them into the program as well. So this week, I had a lovely conversation with my good friend Kelly up in Toronto, and she and I both decided that we're both going to end our support for tutors, but it's not that we don't love our tutors. We love other tutors, and my support will be winding down. So I'm only going to put 4 new things in the Tech Hub for tutors, and then that is going to be it. I've got one on and I cannot remember the exact name of it, but creating a story, visual story online. And then I've got another one that's coming out on hosting a webinar. And I will probably host a webinar for parents for struggling readers. And so that will be something that I will be doing for you. It will be a free event that you can come to, and I will be sharing that experience with the Tech Hub for Tutors. And then I'll probably come up with 2 more things to add inside of the Tech Hub for Tutors, and then call it good. So it's just really been a really great experience since 2020. For the last 5 years, I have been supporting children outside of the classroom. It's been absolutely fantastic. I've loved my job, and I plan to continue to keep supporting them, but I'm really not going to be nurturing the Tech Hub for Tutors YouTube page. And I actually just canceled 2 interviews with a couple of tutors that I was going to spotlight. I'm still going to spotlight Kylie because she is a member of the Tech of Her Tutors. And I will be finishing up my series with Tina McMillan on our series where we've been talking about needs for kids. And I have that under the Student Success podcast. And so we will be doing our final session where we record. But I certainly hope that I will continue to talk to Tina, just as I will be continuing to talk with Kelly, because I value their friendship and their expertise. So I'm going to wrap it up. That's kind of some big news in my world. Make sure that you leave any questions that you have. And if you have a struggling reader, writer, or speller, make sure that you head on over to tutoringwithcheryl.tutorbird.com, use an S, and you will find me and get signed up for some reading services. And I would love to help support your child with reading, writing, or spelling. Make it a great day. And as usual, keep the learning going.